Ladies and gentlemen, last month I had a disaster. I had a shoot for the full day with probably 20 guests here at Space, and guess what? The card was not readable, and we did not record for whatever reason none of those. So we are very lucky to have Derick come back here for retouch on this interview. As you can see, I have a male model actor next to me, and let's find out how it's to be a model, what it takes, how to get the ghost gigs, and some more useful information how to from Derick.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. First thing, you just gotta have have a foundation. Have a reason for what you're doing. You don't want to go out there and have no reason for stepping in the big picture. On stage. What are you gonna do? The cameras are watching. Everything's recording. People looking up at you.
Are you doing this for the money? Are you doing this for the passion? Like, how do you become an actor? How you become model? You do it first for free, and then you become like a paid gigs. Like, how that's all come about?
Well, I'm a real creative person. I hate to sit at home and just be doing nothing. So,
Mm-hmm.
what I usually do is, since I was a little kid, I've always had a niche for creativity. Always doing something with my hands. Creating something artistically. Vibing with the nerds, the geeks, the video games, the anime, all those things combined.
It helps you to express yourself.
Yeah. It's an amazing.
But if there are other folks like you and I who like to express themselves, what would be the first steps for someone who wants to become like a male model like you or actor? Do they need a portfolio, or they can do it on their cell phone themselves, or they can get it for free? Like, what would be a good how to become a model kind of quick pitch advice for the folks who wants to follow your footsteps?
First of all, you gotta know who you are. Figure out who you are. Why you was put on this earth. Everybody got a reason for what they do.
Mhm.
Their favorite foods and things like that. So, who do you look up to? Who do you idolize? Who's your favorite dancer? Who's your favorite teacher, singer, rapper, performer? So
I understand the value behind following someone creative, but in my perspective, it's more important to have your own voice, because if you watch other people that do, you just emulate and you just follow under their influence. When I try to watch other people as little as possible, so I'm not gonna just unconscious follow their good behaviors. I want to find my voice, my especially should someone really like first go to school and learn the Stanislavski ways and learn the proper way foundation, and then find their own voice, or should they first do something on their own, feel it to be truly creative without not knowing what's out there, and then or compare this to the rest of the world?
Yeah. Well, first you gotta have a thing where when you're small, when your parents ask you, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" "Oh, I want to be an artist." "Oh, I want to be an astronaut." "Oh, I want to be a judge." Most first real thing you should do is try to get multiple opinions from people. Sometimes even go to casting calls. Try out things.
How do you know which casting calls to go, which one is bullshit? Like, is there a way for the models to figure out like which ones are just wasting your time and which ones actually have, like, is there traits that you can share with the audience? Like, maybe if the casting call is in a great studio, famous place like a Ripley's or Champion, that probably realistic. If casting call somewhere in the Starbucks place, perhaps that's nothing happening out of this. Like, is there like a traits that can help you folks to figure out which casting call's worth or your time?
I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, you're not gonna know which ones is good, which ones is bad. Especially if you're going in the business by yourself, you're gonna run into a couple of bad ones. You're gonna run into some good ones.
But how to minimize the number of bad ones? Is there any suggestion? Like, let's say they use company email, probably that's legit. If they're using Chinese, some kind of email, probably it's a scam and no one is there. Like, is there like something that ways to people who
Oh,
go for the casting calls? Like,
oh, you call your boy up, call your homegirl up. Hey, look, I got this casting call. What you think about this?
hmm
Call your peoples that's already a little bit more indulged into the industry. Ask them what they think about a
so you look
specific.
like a reference. Like, do you know those
Yes,
people? If
yes.
they done proper casting calls in the past, perhaps this is also legit. If
They may
they've
have
never
some
done a
knowledge.
casting call, probably nothing comes out of this.
Right. Do your research, do your homework. Make phone calls, ask questions. For advice, things of that nature, moving forward. Even ask. If you have nobody that's in the modeling world or the fashion or acting world, but you want to get in, ask a police officer, ask your grandmother. Ask an older sibling or relative. Hey, what you think about this? You think it's shady? Get second and third opinions. That's what
hmm
mostly counts as far as the moving forward process. So just ask a lot of questions. Never be
Um,
afraid.
when you ask those questions, what would be the next step? Like, let's say you went for the casting call. Do you follow up with them? You don't call them. You wait, because if you kind of sound desperate and you keep calling them every day, they might not hire you. On the other side, if you don't never call them and they might just go for someone else. Like, what's the appropriate follow up procedure? You email once or twice. Like,
Yeah. Stay hungry. Stay persistent. Never give up. Usually they say, oh, send me an email. If they don't get back to you within a matter of time, you follow up. Another week goes by, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? It's in God's hands. If anything,
mhm.
they're gonna choose you. They're gonna make sure that they choose you. They're
But
gonna
is
find
there
out.
something that a person can do to make it better? Would you like a follow up, let's say, with a suggestion letter? You know what? I did everything I could at this,
At this
test, but
point,
I could do this better. Maybe next time I missed that part, or at least take a look at my social media numbers, or you know what? I'll be perfect for that part because such and such. Now that I kind of really want it, like, is there like, or it's a waste of time? It's would not change their mind anyway.
I mean, you got people that multiple people, ways, and methods where you can do a background search on a specific uh, what is it casting call information. Do your background search. Some family members, they have access to like records and things of that nature. Uh, I don't know, local
Do
directory,
you
things
think
like that.
the referrals and introductions help in that sense? Let's say I went to the casting call and I really want the part. Is there, let's say, a couple of my friends who have some kind of saying in that world, if they will make a couple of phone calls on my behalf and kind of talk, like I heard that Alex went for that particular casting call. Do you think he's a good part for it? Fill them up. Do you think that might help? Or if you just leave it alone, because when you have a lot of buzz behind you and different people asking on your behalf, that might change their opinion. They say, "Oh my God, that guy has actually following and people interested to him, see him in that role."
No
So
doubt.
there is a chance that they will want you. But if you go for a casting call and they never heard from you, you just one of out of so many numbers.
I mean, what's most important? What's a real important, way of stepping in the business is know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Boxer's not gonna get into a boxing match, a boxing ring if he can't box. You're not gonna step on a microphone if you can't rap or sing. So you gotta know what you're doing. Know your place in this world. Know your value. Oh, if anything, you're your best resource. You're your best promotion.
Let me
So,
ask you from a different angle.
mhm,
As a male model, male actor,
mhm.
does makeup and hairstyling makes any difference in the presentation? Let's say when you come for those casting calls, if you have some makeup and you're not glossy, you're not shining, and they see that you come and prepared, would that make a difference,
Yeah,
or
you
they
gotta
wouldn't
take.
they
Yeah,
wouldn't care?
they do care. You gotta take care of yourself. You don't wanna go to any place. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking presentable because they're gonna be looking at you like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this person's not professional.
hmm
He's not even prepared. He don't have the basic steps on how to come into a studio or even to a courtroom, that kind of thing.
hmm
So being presentable is very important. The way you dress, your hair, you have to stay well groomed.
hmm
Your body odor, your hygiene, all of that is important.
Okay, so you might. I see. Let's switch gears towards the acting part. Where's the best place to find the acting gigs? What are the proper steps? Backstage, IMDb, like Craigslist or Facebook. How do you find the jobs in that arena, and especially how to find the jobs that actually have paying gigs, not just free indie movies.
Oh, you just gotta stay all in the mix, man. Just keep your nose in the papers, man. You know, newspaper. I mean, nowadays you have social media and you have multiple digital outlets where you can find about information.
But where do you look? Your friends bring you information. How do your best gigs that ever made you who you are? How those gigs came to you?
Came to me. Oh, I just stayed hungry. You know, I pay attention. I pay attention to details. You know, you make friends with the producers. You make friends with the cameramen.
Hmm.
They may have a little.
So it's not out of blue. Nothing comes from
No,
strangers.
no.
It's you're gonna have the some kind of upper hand in the friendship and
Yeah, you gotta
some
hustle.
kind of relationship.
You gotta hustle, man. You, it's
Okay.
not easy out here. If you want them jobs, man, you better hustle and move around, make moves. You cold, so what? Go to that
What
casting
would
call.
like? I'm trying to figure out which moves make
Mm.
sense and which moves not. Like, what would be the most efficient spend? Like, you can do a lot of things with your time. Time is pretty
Yeah.
much limited. So you can choose this move or that move. You can go to that party and meet that many people, or you can stay home and in front of Facebook and send so many messages. Which moves gets you more back on the money?
It's that move right there. Because you making so many moves. One move is bound to happen for you. You know, it's one
Diversity.
one leaf is bound to flip over for you. So don't just put all your eggs in one basket. I tell everybody that don't just put your eggs in one basket. Stay focused and keep on putting your name out there. Show
Mhm.
up to these places where it's happening at. You got to be where it's happening at to even be considered. Knowledgeable of what's your next step or what may be your next step. Because there's a lot of people in this business that wants that number one spot. So you got to show that you're hungry. You have a
How
lot of
do you show
ambition.
you're hungry? You record with your cell phone, let's say, short like a video, and send it to them. Look, what would be the way to show you hungry?
Total package. Have your paperwork right. Get your if possible, get your headshots together. Have a couple of video reels with this. So some scrappy video cell phone shots or whatever. Just have something. You know what I mean? Obviously, build your resume from scratch. Look, I did
Mhm.
this. I did this. I collaborated with this person. Talk. Open your mouth. Speak up.
Hmm.
Because nobody's gonna know what you're in the building for. Because you walk out the door. If you don't speak, you're gonna be kicking yourself in the butt. Like, oh, why didn't I speak up? I probably could have got this role. I could have got that part. So
Uh, okay. Let's go back to the question of male modeling and male actors. For the girls, things are a little bit easier. They have this, they're pretty and they have sexy looks. It's really
for the guys,
easy. Is sex. I
guy-
feel for the guys,
is
it's
handsome.
guys are handsome, but if the director is not gay and you don't, play with them in that sense, you have to have actually something to say, and you have to have a real message behind it. You can get it in just on pure cuteness.
Yeah.
So look, what would be the steps that you would suggest?
Your wisdom. You gotta.
You,
For instance, you
you
have
need to
a
show the different emotions that you're capable to produce.
what comes out of your mouth is more so what's gonna get you the job. What comes out of your talent beacon. So they could care less about what you look like. It's just more or less like what are you gonna deliver? What kind of service or what kind of job are you gonna do? Are you gonna suck at your job? Are you gonna excel? Are you gonna get fired for the same day for having good looks and no talent? Or are you gonna come in and have
uh,
no looks but amazing talent? That person's gonna get the job.
is there any monologue that you could just do quickly and just out of your head, something that will present particular character? Can you perform on the spot like that?
Can I perform on the spot?
Yeah. If I put you on the spot right now, can you say something that's I don't know from Shakespeare, like from your last role, can you do the one of your characters that you played
I
recently?
may possibly be able to do it.
Let's hear it.
Uh,
Your choice.
My choice. Well, this is I did
As long as it's clean and
yeah.
we're not getting in trouble for that. That's
Yeah, no,
do it.
I did a rendition from Training Day during graduation from Barbers on NYC. Shout out to Denzel Washington. I know he's like a idol in the acting world.
Hopefully we will get that clear. Let's try it.
Yeah, Jake. You ain't gonna shoot me, are you? You're not gonna shoot a cop in the back, are you? Hit me right there. Hit me, Jake. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. You can't do it. Somebody drop this fool for me. Alright. Alright, it's like that, boss? Alright. It's pretty much,
Okay, I can feel it. I was right here in the present.
it's like a little
I can
intense,
see the power.
a little
Uh,
intimidating.
can we close the interview with an interesting story from your career? Is there like a fun story, that maybe a sad story, something that's emotional, or maybe a funny story that came about in the recent time for you? That's something that's stand out.
Yeah, I mean, well, just recently, 2013, became got custody of my daughter, full custody of my daughter. So I just became a single father. So I'm really happy about that. This past December, just won a 2017 Men of Excellence Awards via Coco China. So that was huge, monumental for a young man like myself, growing up in the hood. I'm still like having shivers over just the fact that I was honored alongside great men of excellence that are much older than I am. So I'm really thrilled about that. That makes me proud.
Um, Let me. That's very honorable. Let me ask you a little before we close. One more question. Sundance Film Festival in Utah, one of the big festivals, and a lot of people go to those places. What is the purpose? What is the reasoning for the people to come to those film festivals?
What's
Just
what's the importance of them?
yes, like would a lot of people come? Like probably 100, 200,000 people come every year for the film festival.
Mm.
Why do they come? Just for fun of it? Just to watch the new movies, or like, what do they get out of this?
Oh, they come to meet interesting people. They come to see people that are pretty much like their alter ego. People that come to these things to learn more on their craft. You feel me? So it's just
Hmm.
you network, you socialize, things like that. But it's like you never know who you're gonna meet these places. You're gonna go home and say, "Wow, I gained that much more knowledge just by going to this event." So, and then also meeting stars and things like that, and people that are in the production field.
Hmm. So
They can,
people, year after year, they come back for those film festivals. It's like, I would say, is there a fair comparison? Let's say when I go to the Fashion Week year after year and I film and stuff, I get something out of it. So like when you go to those film festivals, is that some similar kind of uh, return on investment, or it's something else that people get?
it's definitely, I would say, it definitely has a lot of returning the investment to you, because you put out so much money and work to better yourself as
Mhm.
as a talent. So when you go to these things, you get a sense of just like, wow, I feel joyful. It's like certain things money can't buy. You go into these things, whoa, you got that from coming out of that place, or you learn this from that. So the next
Wow.
time you go to another casting call, entertainment ceremony, or industry party, or things like that, you get to say, well, hey, I was at the last this quote unquote last film festival. I met this person. Look, I can do this now. I developed this skill, or I can sit behind the camera and say, hey, I can press this button and that button and that button, and that will just satisfy you for the time being. That's it.
Thank you, Derek, so much for coming and back. Hopefully, this time we definitely press the record button, so we'll have that interview out for you shortly. What's your social media if people wants to hire you, wants to get some gigs together with you? Is there how people can reach out to you?
Oh yes, Facebook, Derick Kendall, simple Derek like Mr. Jeter, ball player. Not the other way with two R's and an I, the C, and all of that. No, it's a simple way. Derick Kendall, Kendall. IG, Instagram, DTruth2484. DEE, truth. Because I speak the truth. I can't lie to y'all. I can
Follow that guy. He's fun. I reach out to him on Facebook and I follow his feed for a while. Thank you so much for coming.
You got it, man.